Hello everybody, welcome to our topic group time today. Now, earlier on this week, we have learned lots and lots about Antarctica and about the animals that live there. So today we're going to really focus on the emperor penguins. So can you remember what the emperor penguins look like? Have a look at this picture to help you. The adult emperor penguins are white and black with a little bit of orange and yellow and a big beak. And the baby penguins are grey and fluffy. Okay, so let's get ready to learn all about emperor penguins. So where is their habitat? A habitat is the place where something lives. We've talked about habitats before in the autumn term when we were looking at animals going into hibernation and what habitats all those autumn animals live in. So emperor penguins have a habitat as well, and they live in the southern hemisphere and they are found in the Antarctic. So in Antarctica that we've been learning about. It's the coldest continent on Earth, and emperor penguins are perfectly adapted to be able to live there. So quickly pause the video and have a think. Why do you think emperor penguins live in a cold place like Antarctica? Why do they live there? That's great, well done. Some really good discussions there. So we're going to dive into that a bit deeper now and have a look at why they are suited to live in Antarctica. So emperor penguins have things called special adaptations, and that means that their body and their behaviour is designed to help them to survive in really, really cold weathers. So when it's really, really cold, the colony of penguins, that means the group of penguins, work together as a team and they share their body heat. And the penguins constantly shuffle about from the freezing cold outside of the huddle into the insulated huddle and back again, so that they're keeping nice and warm in a huddle. And can you remember what emperor penguins have on their bodies? They have a thick layer of feathers and fat. Well done. And they even have special fat in their feet to stop their feet from freezing when they're walking on the ice. So just thinking back to what we've just heard and what we've just learnt, tell your grown-up why the penguins have a thick layer of feathers and fat. Fantastic, well done. They have a thick layer of feathers and fat to keep them warm. Fantastic. Now we're going to have a little think about the diet that emperor penguins have, and that means what they eat. So emperor penguins can swim and dive into the ocean, and they hunt for their prey, and prey means the food that they eat. So emperor penguins like to eat krill, this animal here that we've learnt about. They like to eat fish, and they like to eat squid. Now then, do these emperor penguins eat the same food that we eat? So have a little talk with your grown-up. Do we eat krill, fish and squid? Have a talk now. Fantastic, well done. Our diet is not exactly the same as emperor penguins, is it? But we do eat fish, don't we? You might have fish and chips, or you might have some fish at home that you put in the oven. So we do eat fish. Some people eat squid as well, but we mostly eat fish, that's right. Okay, so this is a little bit about the emperor penguins having their chicks. So emperor penguins have their chicks during the winter in Antarctica, and the baby penguins are looked after by the mummy and the daddy. Now the mummy lays the egg and the daddy keeps it warm. Can you remember how the daddy keeps it warm? That's right, he puts it on his feet and he has a layer of skin to cover it to keep it nice and warm. And the mummy penguin goes to look for food. So, a little question for you to think about. When we are born, are we in an egg? Do we have to hatch out of an egg when we are born? Pause the video now and talk about that question with your grown-up. Fantastic, well done. So we don't have to hatch out of an egg when we're born, do we? We don't have to hatch out of an egg and sit on our daddy's feet to keep warm. That's not how we are born, but that is how baby emperor penguins are born. Well done. So after the egg has hatched, the mummy and daddy take turns to look after the chick. And they don't want the chick to get too cold, so the chick will sit on their mummy or daddy's feet, tucked in nice and warm underneath their feathers here. And you see it's like a furry blanket on top of the baby chick. The chicks are covered in a thick layer of downy feathers that keeps them really nice and warm as they grow. And they can't go out to swim with these feathers, but as they get older and stronger, they lose their baby feathers and they start to get a sleek, shiny, waterproof adult feathers. So looking at these pictures, does this baby chick look the same as the adult penguins here? Why do they look the same, or why do they not look the same? Pause the video and have a quick discussion with your grown-up about whether these chicks look the same as their mummies and daddies. Welcome back, some great talking there, well done. So the penguin chicks do look a little bit different from their mummies and daddies, don't they? And if we go back to this picture here, we can see that this baby chick is very grey and very, very fluffy, and he hasn't got any yellow or orange, and he's only got a small beak. But we can see here that the mummy and the daddy emperor penguin, they're black and white, and they have orange and yellow around their necks, and they have a long sharp beak, and their feathers aren't really fluffy, are they? Those feathers are quite sleek and shiny. So that's the difference between the baby and the grown-up. Okay. Now then, your task for today is to create a piece of artwork using your fingers. So you will need a piece of blue paper and some white and black and orange paint. You might need some paint palettes and some paint brushes, but you can use anything that you've got laying around the house for that. So what you're going to do is paint a white landscape at the bottom for the snow and the ice, and that's going to be where your penguins are going to sit. But next, with your finger, you're going to dip your finger into the black paint and press your finger onto the paper to make the penguins. Then when the black's dried, you can dip your finger in the white to give them a white tummy. Then with a really small paintbrush, or you might have some googly eyes or a white pen or a white crayon, once the paint has dried, you can put on some eyes using the white paint or the black paint, and then you can put on some orange little feet and a little beak, and you might want to put a little orange neck like the emperor penguins have. Your painting doesn't have to look exactly like this painting. You don't have to do lots of little penguins. You could do one big penguin if you wanted. If you didn't want to use your fingerprint, you could use a paintbrush and print and make a big penguin. But if you want to use your finger, you could do lots of little ones. So I'm really excited to see your artwork. And the next little task is I have put some videos and resources on a PDF document so that you can watch and listen to lots more things about emperor penguins. There's a video of me reading a non-fiction book, and there's some YouTube videos of some really funny emperor penguins and some baby penguins for you to see. So have fun with that. I can't wait to see your artwork, and I hope you've learnt lots all about emperor penguins. See you soon.